Work hard. Be somebody. Be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be your mirror. Don't let them judge you, because the mirror can't judge you. You judge what you see in the mirror.
What's up, YouTube? It's Tyler Knight. You're tuning into Ty's Life. I'm about to be reacting to another Jimmy Harlow video, but this one's about Stephen Curry. It's called How Nike Lost Stephen Curry with One Word. So I think I've heard about this story. I think it was like, I think I heard about this a while back. I think they pronounced his name wrong when they were presenting something to him. During like one of those, they're trying to pitch something to him. I guess it was when it was between those times where his contract was about to expire or whatever with Nike, because he was with Nike before, and I believe they were trying to pitch something to him, and the guy spelled his name wrong. I think this is the situation that Jimmy Harlow was talking about. I don't know if there's anything else to the story. That's why I'm gonna watch this video, because I'm very interested in this story. It's just crazy how they can just like let that slip. Like, Nike is making a lot of money, but they could have still made a lot of money off of Curry, for real. But they just dropped the ball. They fumbled the bag. They fumbled the bag. But yeah, from what I know, he went to a meeting to discuss the deal, and they fumbled the bag. The guy pronounced Stephen Curry's name wrong. I think he said Stephon Curry instead of Stephen Curry, something like that. So yeah, so we're about to get into this video, see if there's anything else to the story. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So tap the subscribe button. Tap the like button, tap the bell beside the subscribe button so you can be notified when I post. Let's get it.
So you need a website. Go to Fiverr.
At one point in time, Stephen Curry had a shoe deal with Nike, but then something happened and now he doesn't. Let's just say if you're going to sign an athlete to a multi-million-dollar deal, you might want to know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, that's what happened.
What's up, everybody?
They had to fire that. They had to fire that guy for sure. For sure. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. They dropped the ball there for sure. Nike's making a lot of money, but like I said, they could have made a lot more money off of Curry for sure.
Everybody, is Jimmy, and Stephen Curry has almost single-handedly taken Under Armour from a distant afterthought of a brand to a real competitor with brands like Nike and Adidas. At this point, Curry's name is synonymous with Under Armour.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Curry, Under Armour wouldn't be competition for Nike and Adidas when it comes to basketball, like the basketball side of things of the brand. So they dropped the ball in that aspect of everything of their business, because yeah, if they still had Curry, they wouldn't have to worry about Under Armour for sure, unless they got another athlete that was at Stephen Curry's caliber. But yeah, that's crazy. He must have got fired for sure. He had to.
Better or for worse. But it wasn't always like this. To this day, Nike has the majority of NBA players locked into a deal. In fact, Nike has a staggering 95.5% of the market. The company has even signed 74% of all NBA players to a deal. 3 of every 4 NBA players has a shoe deal with Nike. Nike also has 11 of the 15 highest paid endorsement deals in all of sports, including contracts with LeBron, KD.
They don't need Curry, but it would help. It would help. It would help. Like, it would help with their competition. Like, they would just have to worry about Adidas, like I was saying, or yeah, Adidas.
MJ, MJ, Kobe, Kyrie, and many, many more. In the 2012 Olympics, 11 of the 12 players on the U.S. men's team were signed by Nike. Even their coach had to deal with the big swoosh. Nike was destined to have a shoe deal with Stephen Curry. Curry's godfather, Greg Bink, worked for the company. Curry wore Nikes growing up and even in college. Being a high draft pick, Nike usually has dibs on most players of his caliber coming out of college. It only made sense to sign with Nike, and he did. In 2009, Stephen Curry signed a 4-year deal with the company. And aside from his constant ankle injuries, Curry had a pretty solid first 4 years in the league. But it was in that final year of his contract with Nike that he really had his breakout season. In 2013, he really found his place in the NBA, dropping 54 at Madison Square Garden, peeped the Nike Zoom Hyperfuses, and breaking the NBA record for three-pointers made in a season. We were all just beginning to see the true potential of the future two-time MVP, and so was Nike. So it would only make sense for them to re-sign Curry to another deal, right? After Curry's contract was up, he was free to hear pitches from other companies, and one of those companies was, of course, Nike. See, just because they were the first to sign him doesn't mean he had to stick with them. He was available to sign a deal with anyone, but Nike did want him. Kinda. The company set up a meeting with Stephen and his father Dell to pitch their deal, but right from the jump, something didn't seem right. Nike categorizes their athletes into tiers. No, not tiers. Tiers. The top tier being athletes like Kobe, LeBron, and KD. Well, immediately Steph could tell Nike did not see him as a top-tier athlete, or even a priority for that matter. To start things off, Nike had given Kyrie and Anthony Davis their own youth development.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem for sure. Like, the way he was playing, and in 2013, you know he was about to be a problem in the NBA. And he was about to be, at that time, 2013, they were putting him, like when he started scoring all those points and shooting the lights out, they're putting them up there with one of the best point guards in the NBA. So you have to put him in the top tier. Like, come on. But wasn't Nike's mindset when it came to Curry. And I guess they didn't really know his potential. Like they knew he was getting better and he was gonna move himself up in the NBA. But that should that should have been their main priority of just like making sure that Curry understands that he's important when it comes to their brand. But clearly they showed that he wasn't important at the time, so that's their loss for sure.
Development camps, but not Curry, even though Steph joined the league years before them. The next mistake Nike made during their pitch was only offering Curry $2.5 million for the deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll take a cool $2.5 million to wear some shoes any day, but I'm not Stephen Curry. Under Armour, a much smaller company at the time, offered Curry $4 million. But it gets worse. During Nike's pitch to the Curry family, they used a slideshow, and one of those slides had Kevin Durant's name on it. Nike used the same exact slideshow during Durant's pitch and forgot.
Oh, so did he even like mess up his name? It was just like they messed up his name, but they brought up the wrong slide. Or it might have been, if it's that, it might have been this bad where they brought the wrong slide and the guy pronounced his name wrong. That's tragic. That's terrible. That's terrible. It's terrible.
To change the names. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, I've messed up slideshows here and there in high school. Forgot to change a picture or two. But homie, really? But again, that's not even the worst part. The Nike rep that was pitching the deal to Curry called him Stefan, not Stephen. Curry was...
So I was right. He did mess up twice. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know how much money they lost from that? They could... I mean, still, they didn't mess up twice. They messed up 3 times because they didn't give him the right deal, $2 million, $2.5 million, even though he was a rising star in the NBA, rising all-star, and they didn't notice that. And then they bring up Kevin Durant's slide, and then they pronounce his name wrong. Like, there's 3 strikes. You're out. You're out. He's gone. He's out of there. Under Armour. He's signed to Under Armour right after that. Like, that was bound to happen. After the second time, I guess they could have looked. Nah, that's terrible. Bringing up Kevin Durant's slide, like, come on. Third time, it was like, no, that's definitely we have to get out of here. They don't respect. They don't respect Curry at that time. They didn't respect him. I know they definitely respect him now. Like, there's no way they can. But yeah, that's crazy.
Was with Nike for 4 years at this point, and the man giving the pitch didn't even know his name. Needless to say, Steph and his dad stopped paying attention at that point and turned down the deal from Nike. Under Armour swooped in and signed Steph to a deal and pronounced his name correctly in the process. But the deal with Under Armour goes beyond the money. Steph felt like he was important with Under Armour, like he was a priority and not just another athlete. And he was right, because Under Armour has allowed Steph to do things that no other company would, like putting his favorite Bible verse on his shoe. He was also given partial ownership of the company, something no other major company has offered to any athlete ever. And it paid off, big time, because in just 2 years, Curry has managed to single-handedly double Under Armour's worth from $14 billion to...
Honestly, I look at it as a blessing too, because if Nike would have did all the right things, give him all this money, made a $5 million deal, and pronounced his name wrong, they wouldn't have messed up the slides. Maybe he would still be with Nike. However, they wouldn't give him the freedom of putting his scripture on his shoes. Putting the scripture from the Bible on his shoes. So like that's important. That's very important, because like as a Christian, you want to express yourself with everything you do. Stephen Curry, in his interviews, he'll thank God, but also in his shoes, like he's gonna want to put that on his shoe, but Nike wouldn't allow that. I know that for sure, and I've heard stories about Nike not allowing athletes to do that. I think they did that to Stephen Curry also. So yeah, I think it was a blessing in disguise that the guy messed up all those times. 3 times they messed up. The deal they gave him, the slides, the wrong slide, and not pronouncing his name right. So I think it was a blessing in disguise. He needed to go to Under Armour. Nike was the place for him. So yeah, so I feel like Under Armour really like understands and really they really understood what he could be as a basketball player, and they gave everything he wanted, and they gave him that freedom. So yeah.
$28 billion. At this point, Under Armour did not want to make the same mistake Nike made. So in 2015, Under Armour offered Curry a deal he couldn't refuse. And he didn't refuse. Curry's new deal with Under Armour is said to be worth up to $1 billion by 2024. And whether you think the Currys are hot or not, they are the best-selling shoe of any active NBA player. Quite honestly, Curry is to Under Armour what Jordan was to Nike. Yeah. Curry and Under Armour have become so familiar that it's hard to imagine at one point in time Nike had their hands on the future NBA champion. But yeah, they messed that one up in a hurry. I guess that's what happens when you don't even know your own athlete's name. With some of the great young players coming up in today's league, let's hope these companies learn from this catastrophic mistake. From a $2.5 million deal to increasing a company's value by $14 billion. Curry says joining Under Armour was one of the best decisions he's made in his entire career. On the other hand, the guy pitching Nike's deal to Curry may have just ended his own career. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
Yep. God works in mysterious ways, for sure. 100%. 100%. I think that was really meant to happen, because that's so strange. That's so absurd. Like, when does that happen? When you're at that level, and it's your job to focus on that player and present to that player. You're working for Nike. Most likely that's not gonna happen. But a situation like that is just so strange that you know like it was meant to be. Like, he was not supposed to be there. They didn't respect him. They weren't gonna give him the freedom of they weren't gonna give him the freedom to put a Bible scripture on his shoe. And he got that with Under Armour. He can put a Bible scripture on the shoe. He could get the money he deserves, and they're gonna pronounce his name right, and they're gonna respect him. So yeah. But yeah, this video was interesting. It was very interesting. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, as I said before. So yeah, stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.